Hey guys, it's Laura Marshall from Lally Mom. I'm coming to you today with the answer to one of my most frequently asked questions about my Noom experience, which is how does the Noom weight loss app actually work? So I'm going to go through the app today with a tutorial, and if you know anything about my feelings for it from my results and review post, then you'll know why I get a lot of questions about this app. Um, why don't you click the subscribe button while you're here for more inspiration on Noom and healthy living? And without further ado, let's go check out the Noom weight loss app. Okay, so this is what it looks like in the app. When you log into Noom, you come to your home screen and you're presented with this daily checklist. It's got several checklist items that you can do throughout the day. And some of the daily lessons are on here, but also weighing in, logging your meals, and you can do more, and your steps for the day also are added in there. So let's walk through some of the features on the home screen. At the top here on the right, this red bubble is where you can access your group coach and your goal specialist, your one-on-one specialist. I'm not going to click on those because it would open up some like the personal conversations, and I don't want their information on my video. And then on the top, across the top here, you've got your days of the week. If you need to go back and look at a previous day, you can go back and look at a previous day. Today, I have a check mark that's not filled in yet because I haven't finished logging my meals and done my daily steps yet, but it'll turn blue when I finish everything for the day, especially when you log your meals and finish your day. So you'll notice that it says 1,200 calories. When I took my customized quiz on their website to get my plan, that's what the plan set out for me. They do have a recommendation on the way that you eat, and I'll go over that in a little bit as far as what the Noom diet consists of. But really, the big benefit of Noom that I found is these daily lessons. Today, for me, these are actually focused on fitness, but on the main track, like in the quiz, it asks if you'd rather focus on working out or eating better and things like that. So, a lot more of it would be on the nutrition aspect. I'll give you an example of what you would see in this. It's just a pop quiz, and you guys, it's really fast and easy. It's no big deal to do these, and it gives you a lot to think about as far as what are the habits that got you where you are today? How can you break them and make new ones to get you where you want to go? That's what this is about. Because Noom does have like a food guideline that it follows, but really you could follow any set list of foods and it'll only take you so far if you have bad habits. Like I always say, you could binge eat on 0 point foods, or you could stress eat on, low carb foods. And, as soon as you stop eating whatever way you're eating, if you still have those bad habits, you're going to gain the weight back. So that's what these lessons are actually about. You think through what you've been doing and why, it kind of, for me, I felt like I looked at it and I was like, well, yeah, there's a good reason why I am the weight I am. I've been stress eating, I've been binge eating, I've been social eating. And you walk through each of those and you talk about why they happen, so you can recognize them when they're happening, but also to break them and make a plan for the next time it happens, because we all have our own triggers, right? Let's see. So what else do we have here? Number 2, you can weigh in. These are some more lessons, 3 and 4 here. They're really quick. They're not a lot to do. But then one of the main things that people always want to see is logging your meals. So you would just click in here, and I'm going to enter my lunch. I had actually a big bowl of mixed greens, and I had, but it took away also, I had some cucumbers on that, and I had actually some salmon. I love this smoked salmon. And then my fun salad hack is this tube of basil paste. It sounds so silly, but I love pesto, but it always has like oil and nuts and cheese in it. This is just basil and like salt usually, I think. So I just squeeze a serving onto my salad or anything else, and it's so yummy. So that's my lunch for today. It was actually super yummy. Okay. And well, it says it's one meal in a row. It usually shows you your streak on here, but that's because I haven't logged my breakfast yet today. You can also see a couple more features on this screen. There's a more button, and you can add today's meal that you just logged to your saved meals, or you can share it with your group. This analysis button is what I wanted to show you though. Anytime you enter your food, you have the option of looking at all of your food for the day. And on Noom, the way the quote-unquote diet part works is you have green, yellow, and red foods. Every day you are supposed to eat a mix of these, and it's just a ratio about, like, the green foods are usually whole grains and, veggies and fruits, and it's hard to overeat on those items. And it kind of follows like the volumetrics idea, I believe, like with food density or nutrient density. The yellow foods, which it says eat a moderate portion, that would be, things like your lean proteins, some of your other, like maybe different grains and things like that, depending on what they are. And then your red foods are your peanut butter, your chocolate, your red meats, your glass of wine, things like that. Nothing is off limits here. You just have to balance it. And that is something that I learned over time, is that, like, sure, I can have a glass of wine at night or a piece of dark chocolate, but I would just, balance it by eating more green and yellow foods. Or even like if I wanted to have wine, but I was over on my portion, something like a Truly or a White Claw would be one option. And I don't have to have a lot of those. I can have one, and then I feel like I'm having that drink if I want one. So there's just a balance, but it's really not, again, it's not about the food in Noom. I mean, you do log your food, and it is helpful to see what you're doing. Especially when I started, I always tell people that my foods were all red when I started, and that's totally okay. I thought it was really eye-opening to see, well, this is what's gotten me here. These are the foods I eat every single day, and they're not helping me. So I should really change and have more of a balance. So on this page, it just says like, oh, you logged a veggie. It tells you how many calories you have left for the day, that kind of thing. Close. So then it says, woohoo, you logged your lunch. As you go down here, it does say here on mine today, it says celebrate your efforts, because they recognize that it's hard work taking care of yourself, and we are worth it, but it's something that you can read about, to celebrate your efforts. Up here on the top, when you read your lessons, you can bookmark them, and then there's a library that you can access if there's any lessons that you really want to keep and look at again. I will show you in a minute how to sync your Fitbit with your Noom app, but also down here on the bottom, if you ever want to do something extra like log a workout, log a weight when you weren't prompted to, find a recipe, I'll show you that in a minute, your blood pressure or your blood glucose, you can do that here as well. All right, so then I'm going to go over to the menu, which is at the top left here in these 3 bars. Anytime you're in the app, you can always tap on that menu to get back to the home screen, to access your group or your messages with your one-on-one goal specialist, your weight graph, and then the recipes is also accessible here. I think this is a really neat feature, actually. You can choose, just lunch, dinner, breakfast, whichever one. And you can kind of see that it fits in your budget, or if it's, it's got a lot of green foods in it, if you need something green, or if you're like, you can splurge a little, then you have something with less. I am not always in the kitchen, but something I can always do is cook an egg. I can do an egg or an omelet. They're not too hard. So I was just going to check on this one here, and let's just say I was going to make this one. It's got the serving overview here, the instructions and the ingredients, and the nutrition there. My favorite part about these recipes, though, is that if you do make them, you can just click this button down here, log the recipe, and say, oh, I had that for breakfast. I had 1 omelet. I don't have to change the servings, but you can if you want to. Click it. And then I also, let's be honest, I had some coffee. So you can add that and then be done. All right. And another cool feature on the logging your meals is that, you can, it'll a lot of times bring up some of the most common ingredients that you have for that meal. So you can see like these pop up for me a lot, but you can also save meals or, load them in from a previous day, and I'll add recipes. You can also scan an item, which I happen to have one here that I can show you. It's one of my favorites from Costco. It'll be in my Costco grocery haul video, but it's the avocado mash. And So it just pops right in there, and you can say, oh, I had 1 serving, I had 2 servings, I had 1 serving. Pop it in, and then it is in there for your food. So you can see that's on my dinner. Right here it shows that. And if you need to delete something, you just hit the X on it. Boop. And then say done. So those are kind of some of the main features. Going back to the menu over here, though, I wanted to show you, this is where you can also find your articles if you wanted to, history. And then the settings is where you would go if you wanted to add your Fitbit, or if you want to look up your account or look at your curriculum, or change the units of measurements or something like that. I'm going to show you really quick about the Fitbit thing. Boop. So under apps and devices, you can link it to either Google Fit or your Apple Fit thing. At the bottom here, it says connect additional devices. And then it brings up a huge list of devices. And whichever one you have, you just click the black connect button on it. And then it'll pop you over to that app so you can log in there. And then it'll give you the options of what information you want to share from the Fitbit app or the Garmin Connect app, whichever one. And then you just click allow, and it'll pop you right back over here. And it'll show you this screen. It says, did you just connect a device like a Fitbit? If you connected a device, do you want to use your device for your step goal? I'm going to hit no because I already did this, but you would hit yes, I do. If you ever need to change that, like it's still picking up the Noom pedometer, on this apps and devices menu, you can go choose your step source and you can change it there. All right, so we'll head back out to our menu. The help section is really handy if you have a question. There's a searchable database for help questions about your subscription, about your account, how to log food and exercise. You can also contact support from in here, and then read about their 2 different programs, the Healthy Weight Program and the Diabetes Prevention Program. And last but not least is your refer a friend link, so that if you do join Noom and you love it and you want to see someone else take this journey of breaking those bad habits, you can share your link as well. So that is the walkthrough of the Noom app, and I hope you click the subscribe button and stick around for all the Noom and healthy inspiration goodness that I have on the Lally Mom YouTube channel under my name, Laura Marshall. Thanks. Have a good day.